Hi and welcome to the Joyal Quilting. Today I'll show you a really easy quilt square using my own techniques using recycled materials. The materials I plan on using today are textile samples, which are leftovers from the home furnishings industry. You can go to any home furnishing store and ask them if you can have their leftover discontinued sample cards. Here are some examples of sample cards. Ultimately, it gives you the ability to use fabrics that would not be readily available in your local quilt store. You have polyesters, you have satins, denims, silks, all different kinds of fabrics, all different kinds of weaves, all different kinds of finishes. It really opens up the world of quilting. So when I quilt, I don't use patterns, I use templates. Here's an example. If I lay that on top of that, it leaves me with a 1/2 inch seam allowance, which will give me a 1/4 on each side. And you can see when I hold it on all sides that it will fit. This will make more sense to you as I start to get quilting. I've selected my fabrics and now I'll start to cut. I just lay the template over the fabric and cut. I can make 2 squares out of this one side. So that's what I do. And I'm left with 2 pieces of fabric. They're not perfect, but it doesn't have to be. We put these aside. The next order of business is to cut the sides. So I take my template again, and I just start cutting strips. Oops. Now I've cut them in a way so that you can see they do not have to be perfect. They're just strips. It'll get easier as time goes on and you can just start cranking out strips. You don't even have to use a template. Okay, let's move to the sewing machine. And here we are at the machine. So the way that I quilt is very non-traditional. I don't use pins and I don't measure. So basically what we'll be just doing is laying the fabric on top of each other and sewing it up. So here we are. I have my inside square. And I will just lay one of the strips on top, front to front, face to face, and sew. I'll give myself about a 1/4 inch seam allowance. And now here's the fun part. Now I have my square, but I have a long tail. So what I do, I fold the square back face to face, and I cut. Like so. And there you go. And then I move to the next piece. I lay it down, lay the strip over it, and sew. Once again, cut straight across, open it up, halfway there. Now here we are at the ironing table, and I have my quilt square. Looks kind of crazy, but you just wait and see what happens when we hit it with the iron. You want to get the iron good and hot. And that's right, I'm not pressing the seams open, I'm just pressing the top. And you can see how beautiful that comes out. Here we are. 5 seconds later. Look how beautiful it is. Okay, let's move it back to the cutting table. We have a little extra, which is perfect on the sides. So what we do now is I lay the template over and cut. You remove the excess, take off your template, and you have a perfect square. And there you go, and repeat. Here are some other squares that I just whipped up. And these are all made using recycled textiles. Thanks for watching. Bye.